Hey, I am live. This is my first time on StreamYard and I'm simultaneously broadcasting. So I'm excited to join you. So happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So I'm joining you from my home in Hershey, PA to talk about a program that I'm hosting called RAVE. RAVE is an 8-week small group coaching program. This is our second cohort and RAVE is really unique. I left my corporate role in 2017 and gave me a little bit more freedom. And so, in essence, we are calling this program RAVE because I want you to rave about your personal and professional life. The concept for the program really developed as a result of working with an executive who sought me out specifically because he goes, I want the mindset coaching. I want the coaching that you do with your athletes. I want to know how to walk into a boardroom and how to nail it and be as confident as possible. And what I learned is everybody needs the tools that I normally use with athletes to win in the game of life. So, in our 8-week small group coaching program called RAVE, we bring the best of my mental performance coaching and my career success coaching together. And so you might go like, what does that look like? And so what I'm going to do over the next couple of days, I'm going to jump on at lunchtime for a couple of minutes and just give you a sneak peek into the program without giving the program away. So we always start the program with awareness. With awareness. So let me just share what this is and specifically talk about where did I learn about this tool and how do we use it? So I was at an applied sports psychology conference in October of 2019 in Portland, Oregon, and the mental performance coach from the Tampa Bay Rays basically facilitated a workshop on this, and I loved it. And since then, I modified it and have used it with athletes, executives, business coaching clients, and teams. And I think it's just a simple, easy resource. So let me give you an overview of the tool, then we'll break it down just a little bit. So I call this the awareness tool. And after we have the dialogue, what I want most for each of you is that you walk away with a greater sense of commitment to your personal awareness of your behaviors and your thoughts. Do your behaviors and thoughts take you towards your goals, which is everything on the right side of this page, or do your behaviors and thoughts take you away from your goals? And so it is numbered and we'll move around kind of clockwise. And I'll just give you a high level overview of how this works. And I'm going to, as an example, use Mary. It's a fictitious name, but it's in essence the same. It's an example from somebody in my last cohort who came into the RAVE program. And when we just parked on that first quadrant, awareness and clarity, right? So the exercise is get awareness. Step one is clarity. What do you want? What do you want in your personal life? What do you want in your professional life? What do you want? And Mary, when she's in our last cohort, basically said, you know what? I want to be happier. Right now, I'm pretty miserable. I work for a toxic boss. I'm really stress balancing my career with my kids going to school online. And so just investing and being intentional to go, what is it you want? Allows you to start the engine to make some changes in your life. So I always oversimplify quadrant one. Your goals might be very specific, and how I oversimplify it is that I want to be the best person possible. I want to be emotionally well, physically well, spiritually well, financially well. I'm going to be the best person possible. So I have so much fun when I do this with my business coaching clients as well as my athletes, because this is where it starts. What do you want? Then we advance to the next quadrant. What gets in the way? Right? And this is really Being intentional and transparent about what gets in your way. And for everybody, I list COVID. I list COVID. And the reason why I list COVID is look, we're not living in our normal times. It may be the new normal, but many folks kind of have this COVID fatigue. This morning, we had a really unique scenario in our house. My husband and I went jointly together to get COVID tested. We went through a drive-in process. Why? Because our daughter tested positive yesterday. We spent the weekend hanging around. We've been commingling in a house for a couple of days. So, this is not the new. This is not the normal that we're accustomed to, right? So I say, what gets in the way? I list COVID. For my business professionals, there are many things that might be listed. Competing priorities, too much work, balancing, work and my personal life. For my athletes, negative self-talk, fear of failure, fragile self-confidence. And that stuff for athletes bleeds over to professionals. So as we journey through, first we set what is it we want, then we identify what gets in our way, and we can peel this in so many buckets, meaning professionally, personally, financial, right? We can look at this from many venues. Then we come up to the third and fourth quadrants. In the third quadrant, we ask, what is the impact? What's the impact? And for many business professionals right now, it might be overwhelm. It can be stress. It can be difficulty sleeping. It can be loss of joy, joy from my job, etc. And then we journey to that fourth quadrant. And in that fourth quadrant, this is the most important quadrant, and that is what helps you move toward your goals. What helps you be your best? And I work with clients of all ages. So some of my athletes are as young as 12, and then I have my business professional segment. Many folks don't know, what's the formula that allows them to be their best. Now, I know that formula, and I'm very committed to that formula. For me, it's movement. It's how I eat. I have to meditate. Really good music. I need some social. I need structure, and it's really investing in that self care. And when COVID hit in March of 2020, I doubled down on that to make sure I could be my best as I navigated through. So, the whole purpose of this exercise is, can you, as a result of the dialogue, walk away with a commitment to greater awareness? Greater awareness. What takes you towards your goals? What takes you away from your goals? And with that awareness, you then can drive the bus to making greater change. So, in our 8-week program, we meet every Friday beginning February 4th, just at lunchtime. So we start at noon, we end at 5 to 1, and every week we cover a mental performance skill and a career success strategy. So let me give you kind of some greater insight to some of those pieces, right? So I gave you a deep dive on clarity. And then some of the career success strategies that we go deeper into are, how do you communicate for impact? What's your brand? Who knows it? Who should know it? More importantly, how do you make sure that brand is in alignment with what you want to achieve? How do you strengthen your influence in the workplace and in your personal life? And then how do you leverage your network? So those are the career success strategies that we use to help drive the program. The next slide goes deeper, and I show you what we do from a mental performance standpoint. We teach how to use your breath, and how do we leverage the community of the folks in our cohort for success. We had so many great community success stories, folks sharing their resources, growing their relationship beyond the cohort. That was fantastic. We talk about releasing unrealistic expectations. right? Majority of marriages fail because of unmet or unrealistic expectations. When we understand how unrealistic expectations show up in our life, we can learn to shift that. We also talk about letting go of perfectionism, addressing fear of failure, and we develop the confidence resume. The confidence resume is a tool I was using all the time with athletes. And then I started to bring it over with my business coaching clients. And initially, I was kind of like bashful. I would just say, what are all the reasons why you should feel really good about your X tomorrow? And then I became more transparent. I said, look, we're going to develop your confidence resume so that you know all the reasons why you should feel confident and know that you're going to go in and crush it tomorrow. So listen, if you're stuck in a rut and you're not your best, we want to help you rave. We want to help you be your best, enjoy life, get change the process, right? If you're stuck in a rut and you're doing the same old thinking and you're getting the same old results, it's time to do something different. And so I would love to invite you to join me again tomorrow. I'll go a little bit deeper dive, but on a different topic, and to think about joining our 8-week RAVE program. Join us the first week. You don't feel like this is for you, you get your money back. But you know what? I'm telling you, everybody who was in our first cohort really, really valued it. So happy Tuesday. I'd love to see you be a part of our 8-week RAVE coaching program, and private message me if you have any questions. Stay well and stay dry, stay warm. Take care.